Have you ever wondered why some people become millionaires while others struggle their whole lives? It's not just about luck or being born into a rich family. In fact, many self-made millionaires started with nothing, but they had one important thing that made all the difference: a millionaire mindset. Yes, their success began with how they trained their mind. And the exciting part is you can train your mind too. You don't need to have money to think like a millionaire. But if you think like a millionaire, money will come to you. Let me tell you a short story to start. There was once a man named David. He grew up in a small town. His family was poor. His father worked long hours in a factory, and his mother cleaned houses. David wore old clothes and never had new toys, but he had one thing that set him apart: a dream. He wanted to be rich, but not just for the money. He wanted to be free. He wanted to help his parents live a better life. And most of all, he wanted to prove that it was possible. When David was just 12 years old, he read a book that changed his life. The book said, "Your mind is the key to your future." He didn't fully understand it then, but those words stayed with him. From that day on, David started training his mind. He began to act and think differently from his friends. While others spent hours watching TV or playing games, David spent time learning about success, money, and how the world works. He didn't have money for expensive courses, so he went to the library. He read books about successful people. He listened to motivational speeches on free websites. And most importantly, he practiced what he learned. He repeated positive thoughts every day. He told himself, "I am strong. I am smart. I am going to be a millionaire." The first thing David learned was the power of focus. Millionaires don't let their minds wander. They choose what they focus on. David trained his mind to avoid distractions. He stopped wasting time on things that didn't help his future. He stopped listening to negative people. Instead, he spent his time building skills, reading, and thinking about how to solve problems. That's what millionaires do. They don't complain about problems. They solve them. David also learned the power of belief. Millionaires believe in themselves, even when no one else does. There were many times when people laughed at David. They said he was just a poor boy with big dreams. But David didn't care. He kept believing. When his first business failed, he didn't quit. He said, "This is a lesson. I will learn from it and try again." And he did again and again. This mindset, the mindset of never giving up, is something all millionaires share. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Each failure is a step forward, not backward. David failed many times, but with each failure, he got smarter. He trained his mind to be strong, and slowly he started to succeed. Another important thing David did was manage his emotions. Millionaires don't let their emotions control them. They stay calm under pressure. They don't get angry easily. They don't make quick decisions just because they feel upset or excited. David learned this too. He practiced breathing deeply when he was stressed. He paused before making important decisions. He trained his mind to stay balanced and clear. As the years went by, David started his own business. It wasn't easy. He had many challenges, but because he trained his mind, he kept going. He made smart choices. He worked hard and stayed positive. Eventually, his business grew. He became successful. And yes, he became a millionaire. But more than the money, David had something more powerful, a strong, clear mind. He could face any challenge. He could stay calm and focused, and he could help others do the same. He knew that the real treasure was not the money, but the mindset that helped him earn it. You see, the millionaire life begins in the mind. If you want to become successful, start by training your mind. Begin each day with purpose. Don't just react to life. Create your life. Say to yourself every morning, I am in control of my mind. I am choosing my future. Here are some simple habits you can use to train your mind like a millionaire. 1. Start with gratitude. Build a rich mind before a rich life. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you can use to train your mind like a millionaire. It may sound simple or even too easy, but do not underestimate its strength. Gratitude is the seed from which abundance grows. When you practice gratitude every day, you begin to see the world differently. You begin to feel richer, stronger, and more hopeful, even if nothing has changed in your bank account yet. Imagine waking up in the morning and immediately thinking about what you don't have. I don't have enough money. I don't like my job. I wish my house was bigger. I want a new phone. These thoughts make you feel small, unhappy, and helpless. They make your mind focus on lack. But when you wake up and say, I am thankful for this bed. I am thankful for the sunlight coming through my window. I am thankful I have another day to grow. Your energy changes completely. You feel full, not empty. You feel rich, not poor, even before anything outside you has changed. This is what millionaires understand. A millionaire mindset does not wait for wealth to feel thankful. It is thankful first, and then wealth follows. When you start each day with gratitude, your mind becomes calm and clear. You feel peace, and from that peace, good decisions are born. You are not rushing or comparing yourself with others. You are standing strong, knowing that you already have something valuable awareness. You might say, but I don't have much to be thankful for. That's okay. Start small. Even the smallest thing, when noticed, becomes a reason for gratitude. Can you breathe? That's a gift. Can you walk, see, or hear? That's a blessing. Do you have a roof over your head? Food to eat? Someone who cares about you? These are things many people around the world pray for. When you begin to see these things as gifts instead of rights, you begin to feel rich right now. Gratitude is not just about feeling good. It changes the chemistry of your brain. Science shows that people who practice gratitude every day feel less stress, sleep better, and are more focused. Their relationships improve. They smile more. They feel more hope for the future. Isn't that what we all want? And here's the amazing part. Gratitude attracts success. Think about it. If you own a business, who would you want to give more opportunities to? Someone who is always complaining and negative? Or someone who is thankful, joyful, and open? Life works in the same way. When you are grateful for what you have, life gives you more to be grateful for. David, the young man we talked about earlier, used gratitude to train his mind. Every morning before he got out of bed, he thought of 3 things he was thankful for. Some days it was big things, like his family or his health. Other days it was small things, like a warm cup of tea or a kind word from a friend. But every day, without fail, he practiced gratitude, and over time it made him stronger. It gave him energy and hope, even when he faced hard times. So here's a challenge for you. Starting tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone or leave your bed, close your eyes and think of 3 things you are grateful for. Say them out loud if you can. Feel them in your heart. Let them warm you from the inside. Do this for 7 days, and you'll notice a change in your mood. Do it for 30 days, and you'll notice a change in your thinking. Do it for a year, and you'll be training your mind like a millionaire. Gratitude turns your mind into a magnet for miracles. Begin your day with thankfulness, and you will discover that you are already rich. Because a grateful mind is a powerful mind, and a powerful mind is unstoppable. 2. Speak success. The words you use shape the life you live. Words are powerful. They are not just sounds we make or write. They are instructions we give to our mind and life. What you say becomes what you believe. What you believe becomes how you act. And how you act becomes your future. That's why millionaires speak the language of success, not the language of doubt or fear. If you want to train your mind like a millionaire, you must learn to speak success every single day. Many people speak failure without realizing it. They say things like, I'm just not good at that, or I'll never be rich, or people like me don't get lucky. These words may feel normal, but they are dangerous. They plant seeds of weakness in the mind. And if you say these things enough, you start to believe them. When you believe them, you stop trying. And when you stop trying, you fail. Not because you couldn't succeed, but because you convinced yourself you wouldn't. Now let's look at how successful people speak. They say things like, I am learning. I will find a way. This challenge is making me stronger. I have everything I need to succeed. These words are full of belief and power. Even if they are not true yet, they help the mind move forward. They build confidence, and they help the speaker become the kind of person who takes action and never gives up. There's a big difference between saying, I hope I get lucky someday, and saying, I am learning new skills that will help me become rich. The first sentence leaves everything to chance. It gives away your power. The second sentence is full of strength and control. It shows that you are taking responsibility for your future. Millionaires don't wait for luck. They create their own luck by preparing, learning, and acting. Their words reflect that. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 young people, both starting out in business. The first one says, I don't know anything about this. I'll probably fail. The second one says, this is new for me, but I am ready to learn and grow. Who do you think has a better chance of success? Not because of talent or money, but because of mindset. The second person is already speaking like a winner. David, our example of a self-made millionaire, understood this. In his early days, when things were hard and he had no money, he still spoke success. He would stand in front of the mirror and say, I am building a strong mind. I am creating value for the world. I am becoming the person I need to be. At first, he didn't fully believe the words, but he kept saying them, and soon something changed. His confidence grew, his focus improved, and people around him noticed. Opportunities came not because he was lucky, but because his words prepared him to receive them. Speaking success also helps when facing fear. Everyone feels fear, even millionaires. But the way they speak to themselves is different. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," they say, "This is difficult, but I can learn." Instead of saying, "What if I fail?" they say, "What if I succeed?" These small changes in words create big changes in results. So how can you start speaking success today? Begin with these 3 simple steps. Catch your negative words. Pay attention to what you say. If you hear yourself speaking doubt or fear, stop and change it. Turn "I can't" into "I'm learning." Turn "I'm not smart" into "I'm improving every day." Use affirmations. Start your day by saying strong, positive statements. Say things like, "I am focused," "I am growing," "I am ready for success." Repeat them daily. Your mind will listen. Speak your goals as if they are happening. Instead of saying, "I want to be rich," say, "I am learning how to manage money and build wealth." Speak like your dream is already becoming real. This trains your brain to find ways to make it happen. Remember, your voice is your power. Use it to lift yourself up. Use it to remind yourself of your strength. Speak success, not only when things are easy, but especially when things are hard. That's when it matters most. A millionaire doesn't wait for success to come before they believe it's possible. They believe first. They speak it. They live it. And then success follows. 3. Visualize daily. See your dream before it becomes real. Your mind is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it must be used correctly. One of the greatest ways to train your mind like a millionaire is to visualize. That means you take time every day to imagine your dream life clearly, strongly, and with emotion. It's not just about daydreaming. It's about programming your brain to believe that your dream is possible, and even more, that it is already on its way to you when you close your eyes and picture your dream life. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what is imagined and what is real. It begins to act as if the dream is already happening. That's how professional athletes prepare for big games, how successful actors prepare for big roles, and how millionaires build their futures before a single dollar is in their pocket. They see it before they live it. Let's do a quick exercise right now. Close your eyes. You can read this part first, then try it. Take a deep breath. Now imagine your dream life. Where are you waking up? Is it in a beautiful house with large windows and natural light? Are you near the beach or the mountains? What does your home smell like? What sounds do you hear? Now walk through your dream day. What are you doing? Who are you with? Are you healthy and full of energy? Are you helping others? Are you doing work that excites you and brings in wealth? See the details. Don't just think nice car. See the color of the car. Feel the steering wheel. Smell the leather seats. Don't just think success. Feel what success feels like in your body. Is it peace? Is it excitement? Is it pride? These emotions are powerful. The more clearly you see and feel your dream, the more your brain starts to believe it's possible. And when your brain believes, it starts to work in your favor. David, the young man we followed in this journey, made visualization a daily habit. Each morning before the sun came up, he sat quietly for 5 minutes and visualized. At first, it felt strange. He was still living in a small room, working long hours and struggling. But every day he imagined a better future. He saw himself walking into meetings confidently, speaking crowds, signing deals, and helping his family. He felt the joy of financial freedom and the pride of success long before it arrived. And then something incredible happened. Slowly, his actions started to match his vision. He stood taller. He spoke with more confidence. He said yes to new opportunities. His habits improved. His focus sharpened, all because his mind was now trained to see the future clearly. Visualization is not magic. It will not bring success overnight, but it is powerful preparation. Just like an architect must first draw a house before building it, you must first see your future before you can live it. If you cannot picture in your mind, how can you expect to create in your life? Make visualization a daily habit. You don't need hours. Just 5 minutes in the morning or before bed. Find a quiet place. Close your eyes. Take deep breaths. Picture your dream life in full detail. And most importantly, feel it. Feel the happiness, the freedom, the pride. Let those emotions wash over you. At first, your mind may resist. It might say this is silly or that will never happen. That's normal. It's only because your brain is used to your current life. But if you keep visualizing every day, your mind will begin to accept the new reality. It will begin to see it as normal. And that's when true change begins. Millionaires don't wait for success to believe in it. They believe in it first. They see it before it exists. That is the secret of visualization. Train your mind to live your dream now, and your life will begin to follow. Take action. Turn your dream into a daily mission. You can have big dreams. You can speak powerful words. You can visualize your dream life every single day. But none of it will matter if you don't take action. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Millionaires understand this deeply. They don't just think or hope, they move. Every single day they take steps toward their goals. Some steps are big, many are small, but all are important. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking too much and doing too little. You may say, I'm not ready yet, or I'll start when I have more time, or I need to learn more first. But here's the truth. You'll never feel 100% ready. Waiting for the perfect time often means never starting. Millionaires don't wait for perfect. They start with what they have, right where they are. Taking action doesn't mean making giant leaps every day. It means doing something, anything, that moves you closer to your dream. Want to start a business? Read one article about it today. Write one idea down. Call one person who might help. Want to become wealthy? Start learning about money management. Open a savings account. Track your spending. These actions may seem small, but they are powerful. Why? Because action builds momentum. When David first started building his life from scratch, he didn't have much. No money, no experience, and no special connections. But he had a notebook, and in that notebook, he wrote down one thing every day, a small step he could take. One day it was learning how to create a website. Another day, it was sending an email to someone he admired. Another day, it was practicing public speaking. Alone, These actions seem simple, but together they build a strong foundation. After 6 months, he had a basic business plan. After a year, he had his first client. After 5 years, he was living a life he once only imagined. Action creates clarity. When you sit still, problems look bigger than they are. But when you move even a little, your mind becomes clearer. You stop asking what if and start learning from real experience. You discover what works and what doesn't. You grow faster. You gain confidence. The path becomes visible, not because it appeared magically, but because you took the steps to see it. But what if you're scared? What if you fail? What if people laugh at you? These are real fears. Even millionaires feel them. But here's what they know. Fear fades when you take action. Doing something, even badly, is better than doing nothing perfectly. Every successful person you admire was once a beginner. They felt the fear too, but they didn't let it stop them. Start small. Don't try to do everything in one day. Just ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today to get closer to my dream? Then do it, and tomorrow ask again. Step by step, day by day, you'll move forward. Some days will feel hard. Some steps will feel slow. But each one is progress. Each one is proof that you're serious about your future. And remember, success is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most, consistently. 1,000 small actions taken over time are more powerful than one big action taken once. That's how you build habits. That's how you grow discipline. That's how you train your mind like a millionaire. So take action today, not next week, not someday. Now write the idea, send the message, learn the skill, save the dollar, read the book, make the call. Whatever it is, just start. Because every step you take sends a message to the world. I am ready. And when the world sees you're ready, that's when opportunity shows up. 5. Protect your mind. Guard your greatest treasure. Your mind is your most valuable asset. It is the command center of your life. Every decision you make, every action you take, every dream you chase, it all begins in the mind. That's why. If you want to train your mind like a millionaire, you must protect it, not just once in a while, but every single day. Millionaires understand this. They guard their thoughts, their energy, and their attention like gold. Think of your mind like a garden. If you fill it with good seeds, positive thoughts, powerful ideas, uplifting stories, it will grow strong and beautiful. But if you allow weeds to take root, negativity, fear, jealousy, doubt, your garden will become overrun, and once the weeds take over, it becomes harder to grow anything good. One of the biggest mistakes people make is allowing negative influences into their minds without even realizing it. They watch the news for hours, scroll through social media filled with anger or gossip, and spend time with people who complain, criticize, and tear others down. These habits seem normal, even harmless, but over time, they damage your mindset. They plant fear where there should be courage. They build doubt where there should be belief. David, the young man whose journey we've been following, faced this challenge too. In the early days of his dream, he had friends who laughed at him. They told him to be realistic. They said things like, people like us don't get rich, or why try so hard? At first, he tried to ignore them, but over time, he noticed something. After spending time with these friends, he felt smaller, less motivated, less hopeful. That's when he made a hard decision. He began to step away from people who pulled him down and started spending more time with those who lifted him up. You don't have to be rude or harsh, but you do have to be careful. You wouldn't leave your front door open to let strangers walk into your house. So don't leave your mind open to negativity. Protect it. Be selective about what you read, what you watch, and who you listen to. These things are not entertainment. They are food for your brain. And just like your body needs healthy food to grow strong, your mind needs healthy input to stay sharp and inspired. So, what should you feed your mind? Feed it books that teach you how to grow. Books about success, leadership, confidence, and money. Read the stories of people who started with nothing and built great lives. Let their stories remind you that your dream is possible. 2. Feed it videos and talks that make you feel powerful, not weak. Watch motivational speeches. Listen to people who have done what you want to do. Let their words light a fire in your spirit. Feed it conversations that bring you hope. Talk to people who are going somewhere, people who think big, dream big, and act big if you can't find them in person. Find them online. Join groups. Listen to podcasts. Follow leaders who make you better. Feed it silence and peace, too. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your mind is to turn everything off and just sit quietly. Breathe. Reflect. Let your thoughts settle. This helps your mind reset and recharge. And most importantly, protect your self-talk. The way you talk to yourself shapes everything. Be kind, be strong, be encouraging. Don't let your inner voice become your biggest enemy. Make it your best friend, your coach, your cheerleader. Millionaires don't just train their minds. They protect them. They know that everything starts with the thoughts they allow in, and they don't take that lightly. So from today, be a guardian of your mind. Avoid the people who drag you down. Turn off the content that poisons your thoughts. Instead, choose greatness. Choose inspiration. Choose growth. Because when you protect your mind, you protect your future. And that is how you rise. Not by chance, but by choice. 6. Learn from failure. Turn every loss into a lesson. Failure. Just a word can make your heart sink. It feels heavy. It hurts. It makes you question everything. But what if you looked at failure differently? What if, instead of something to fear, failure became something to learn from? What if every mistake, every disappointment, every setback was actually a stepping stone to success? Millionaires know the secret. They don't fear failure. They expect it, welcome it, and grow from it. They understand that failure is not the end of the road. It's just a curve in the journey. While others stop when things go wrong, millionaires pause, reflect, and ask a powerful question. What can I learn from this? David, our young dreamer, failed many times. When he first tried to start a business, nobody was interested. He put hours into planning, creating, and marketing, and not a single customer came. He felt crushed. For a moment, he wanted to give up, but instead he sat down, opened his notebook, and wrote one sentence at the top of the page. What went wrong? Beneath that, he wrote every lesson he could think of. Maybe his message wasn't clear. Maybe he was solving the wrong problem. Maybe he didn't understand his audience. The next time, he did better. And then he failed again, just in a different way. But once more he learned, adjusted, and kept going. And slowly, something amazing happened. His failures made him smarter. They made him tougher. They made him better. And each one brought him closer to success. The truth is, failure is a teacher, and often it is the best one. When everything goes right, you celebrate, but you don't grow much. But when things go wrong and you ask the right questions, your mind expands. You learn what doesn't work. You discover new ideas. You build character. You develop strength. These are the gifts that failure brings. But most people never open the gift. They feel ashamed. They give up. They say, I guess I'm just not good enough. But millionaires respond differently. They say, I failed this time. What can I do better next time? That small shift in thinking makes all the difference. To train your mind like a millionaire, you must change how you see failure. It's not a sign that you should stop. It's a signal that you are trying something great. It means you are pushing your limits. It means you are learning. Think about a child learning to walk. They fall a lot, over and over again, but no one tells them to stop trying. Instead, we cheer them on. Why? Because we know that falling is part of the process. That's how we learn to walk, run, and stand strong. Why should growing your dreams be any different? Here's a practical step. Every time you fail at something, whether it's a job interview, a business idea, a test, or a relationship, take time to write down what happened. Don't just feel the pain. Study it. Ask yourself, what did I do well? What didn't work? What can I improve? What did I learn? How will I approach this differently next time? This habit will change your life. Over time, you'll stop being afraid of failure. You'll start to see it as a friend, one that's tough, yes, but honest and helpful. And that's how you build resilience, wisdom, and true success. Because here's the real secret. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than most people have even tried. They didn't get lucky. They got up again and again. So if you failed recently, good. That means you're in the game. That means you're trying. That means you're growing. Just don't stop. Don't give in. Learn, adjust, rise. Millionaires aren't people who never fall. They are people who always rise. And now, so can you. 7, stay consistent. Make mind training a daily habit. If there is one thing that separates those who dream from those who achieve, it's this: consistency. The ability to show up every single day, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, even when you feel like nothing is changing. That is the secret to long-term success. Training your mind is not something you do once. It is something you do daily, over and over again, like brushing your teeth, like eating healthy, like going to the gym. Think of it this way. If you go to the gym one time and lift weights for 2 hours, will your body change? Probably not. But if you lift weights for 20 minutes every day in a few months, your strength will grow. Your body will transform. The same rule applies to your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindset. They change not through intensity, but through consistency. David learned this early in his journey. At first, he was full of energy. He read 10 books in a week, watched motivational videos every day, and wrote goals all over his wall. But after a few weeks, the energy faded. He got busy. He skipped his morning routine. He stopped journaling, and slowly the fire inside him began to dim. Then one day he came across a quote. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements. That hit him hard. He realized that he didn't need to do everything at once. He just needed to do a few important things every day and stick to them. So he built a routine. Every morning he wrote down 3 things he was grateful for. He read 1 chapter of a good book. He said a few positive affirmations aloud. He reviewed his goals. It took him only 15 minutes, but he did it every day, and slowly his mindset began to change. He became more focused, more confident, more driven, not because he did something huge, but because he did something daily. Consistency is powerful. It builds habits, and habits shape your future. You don't need motivation every day. You just need a routine, because once something becomes a habit, it takes less energy to do it. It becomes part of who you are. But consistency is not always easy. Life gets busy. Problems show up. You'll be tempted to skip your routine. You'll hear a voice in your head that says just one day off won't hurt. But here's the truth. Missing one day can quickly turn into missing many. And once the habit is broken, it's harder to rebuild. So, how do you stay consistent? Start small. Don't try to do everything at once. Choose 2 or 3 small practices that train your mind and make you feel strong. Maybe it's reading for 10 minutes. Maybe it's writing down your goals. Maybe it's saying your affirmations. Whatever it is, do it every single day. Make it part of your schedule. Don't leave it to chance. Set a time. Set a reminder. Make it as important as brushing your teeth. Track your progress. Use a calendar. Put a check mark on each day you complete your routine. Seeing your streak grow will motivate you to keep going. And forgive yourself if you miss a day, but get back on track the very next day. Don't let one missed day turn into a lost habit. Be kind to yourself, but also be firm with your commitment. Remember, training your mind is a lifetime journey. You don't do it for a week or a month. You do it for life, because your mind is your most powerful tool and it needs regular care. Millionaires don't succeed by chance. They succeed by showing up every day, especially on hard days, especially when no one is cheering. They understand that small daily actions build unstoppable strength. So make this your new mindset. No matter what happens today, I will train my mind. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, even if it's just one thought, one action, one affirmation, do it today, do it tomorrow, do it always. That is the true power of consistency. And that is how you train your mind like a millionaire. Remember, your life is shaped by your thoughts. If you change your thoughts, you can change your life. That's the secret millionaires understand deeply. It's not about luck and it's not magic. It's all about mindset. So the next time you feel stuck, poor, or hopeless, pause and ask yourself, what would a millionaire think right now? Would they give up? Would they complain? Number? They would breathe deeply, refocus, and try again. but smarter, stronger, and more determined. You don't need millions in the bank to start. You just need the decision. The decision to train your mind like a millionaire, no matter where you are today or what your circumstances look like. You have the power to build a strong, focused, and unstoppable mind. You can choose positive thoughts. You can speak success. You can visualize your dream life. You can take action, protect your mindset, learn from failure, and stay consistent. These are the daily disciplines that lead to extraordinary results. This is the real path to success. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it, because when you train your mind, everything else begins to fall into place. So keep going, keep growing, and always remember this. You don't need to be a millionaire to think like one. But once you think like one, becoming one is only a matter of time. Thank you for watching and learning with English Achieve, where we help you grow stronger in both English and in life. Stay inspired, stay consistent, and we'll see you in the next video.